some people, your music reminds them of the way good music used to be, silky, sexy, but you're also exposing this music to a whole new generation. Are people surprised when they see the man behind that voice of neo soul?
I think they used to be a lot. Hopefully, they're not as surprised anymore now that I've been at it for a while. But initially, I think there was some surprise there. But I don't think sexy, soulful music ever went away. It just maybe got a little harder to find.
I know that you were hearing wedding bells, but I'm sorry, 'cause it just ain't working out.
Just Ain't Gonna Work Out and Walk remind me of a good 1972 rent party. And for people who don't know what a rent party is, it's when you were short on the rent, so you dug out your best tunes, poured a little alcohol, and then charged the cover charge.
Ooh, man, yeah. We had
you
plenty
grew
of
up-
those back in Michigan, yeah.
Right? Speaking of back in Michigan, you grew up in Ann Arbor, just outside of Detroit, Motor City, home of Motown. When it comes to the sound that you have you have those touches of Motown, but you're uniquely your own. And I guess part of that comes from your hippie parents who are hip to music.
Yeah, I was definitely blessed with a family that really appreciated music. My dad still plays bass and sings in a band in the Detroit area to this day. And my mom was very musical as well.
Every day we grow closer together.
You play all kinds of instruments, but I'm noticing behind you, you have a great record collection that started probably with your ABCs on your Fisher-Price record player.
For sure, yeah. My Fisher-Price, my first record player. I just bought one for my little niece and nephew, too.
Oh, well, I had the Fisher-Price Doctor Kit and microscope, and you see what happened there with that. It's such a great gift, not only to be able to sing, but to be able to play those instruments and make them sing as well.
Beautiful green and love.
Playing instruments is definitely fun. It's I don't play any of them particularly well, but enough to get by with a little studio magic, maybe.
Yeah, right. I'm not going to believe that. Okay, your musical role models include people like George Clinton, Rick James, Barry White. In fact, you have a comment about Barry White's music.
I always said that I wanted to be the music that people listened to in the club, and then also when they got home later that night. Yeah, I think that definitely was inspired by Barry White.
Love you forever, wouldn't change a thing.
Well, be careful, because I think Barry White also was responsible for a population explosion.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but to that point, our producer Travis says that he was driving his car one day listening to the radio, and then he heard one of your songs, and he didn't know who you were, but he said that he was so moved by those songs. He's like, I gotta know who this guy is. And he looked you up. And so you got more and more that kind of word of mouth, where I think first the cool people knew who you were. Now everybody does. But you moved to LA and recorded your demo soul songs, and then Peanut Butter Wolf. Who's Peanut Butter Wolf?
That's right. I still talk to Peanut Butter Wolf just about every day. He's the owner of Stone's Throw Records, a very cool independent record label here in Los Angeles. He gave me my first shot.
My baby's got a one-track mind, but she's so fine.
Explain from your point of view what your music is. We say neo soul, but what does neo soul mean?
Honestly, I think the only people that really care about genres anymore are record stores and maybe like iTunes and Spotify. I have so many wild musical influences across the map. I mean, obviously like Motown and Barry White, but also like Iggy Pop and the Stooges were from Ann Arbor as well, and Bob Seger and all the Detroit electro and house music, and that was like equally as influential for me.
I can't hate the player just for playing the game.
And with all those influences, they touch on how and what you write. How do you write your music, and how do you come up with a moment? Could you be like just like in a store one day and someone says something and you think that's a good title for a song? Let me work on that.
That happens a lot, yeah. Good music comes from real life, and you have to write what you know. And definitely a lot of times, like, my songs will come to me when I am tuned out, when I'm at the grocery store or something, and I'll have to, like, put my cart over to the side, and I'll be standing there looking like a crazy person recording a voice memo into my phone of a song that just came to me.
That happened to me in the beverage section. I was like, I'm tired of your 6-pack of lies and your champagne excuses. There's a song there.
Can I use that? That's great.
You can just, when you win your Grammy, I just need you to say thank you,
I'll give you
Deborah.
a shout out for sure.
Yeah,
Get
all right.
your royalties.
Okay, you are about to be the man about town here in Houston. What can we expect from your Rare Changes tour?
Can you come over? 'Cause I need you here with me.
It's going to be a trippy, fun experience. I'm bringing a brand new band, an all-female band, which I'm very, very excited about. And we're going to be playing all the hits.
Rain down, rain down on me.
Plus some brand new material.
Houston, now we have a problem. Brer Rabbit lit the dynamite.
And now that I got my loving arms around you, I'm not gonna let go.
That extraordinary feeling, it's healing.
I'm very excited to come back to Houston.
All right, you're hip all the way around. Even your name, Mayer Hawthorne. You were born Andrew Mayer Cohen. How did you come up with Mayer Hawthorne?
Mayer is my given middle name, and then Hawthorne was the street that I grew up on in Ann Arbor. So it's kind of like, I mean, it was like my porn star name was the game that we used to play as kids.
Mine would be K. Forrest Knoll. No, that doesn't work. The First Pet, and my mother's maiden name, Pipsy Knight.
Yeah.
That's somebody you might want to go see. All right, I want to end with one little favor from you. Since you said you love Barry White, and so do I want you to say, repeat after me, Deborah, you're my first,
you're my first,
my
my
last,
last, my everything.
Mayer
I
Hawthorne.
knew right where you're going with that.
So awesome to talk to you. Again, love your music. If someone is not familiar with you, they got to check it out. They'll be a fan for life, and we can't wait till you land here in Houston.
Likewise. Good to see you. Thanks, Deborah.